over on Apple TV Plus. Arriving on Wednesday, the 10th of July, we have a new drama called Sunny. And here's a clip.
My family was in a plane crash. Things have been, weird. Can I help you?
I have a gift.
Hajimemashite, Susie-san. I'm Sunny. Bring it in.
Okay.
Robots can be of great comfort.
I don't want a robot. I hate robots.
Sunny was created by your husband.
This is very different, I must say. We start off and this woman's Susie. She's in Japan and she's in this massive room where lots of people are sitting at desks talking to officials. And we quickly realise the reason she's there is that her husband and child have been killed in a plane crash. Yeah, so quite a pretty dramatic opening. So the setting is very unusual. The setup is very unusual. It's kind of set in a slightly futuristic Japan where robots are commonplace. So a lot of it is about her kind of coming to terms with her grief, but also the things start happening that she's remembering a lot about her relationship with her husband and her son. And because of things that happen, she's starting to question everything about the past, including particularly what her husband did as a job. So long story short, someone from the company where her husband worked turns up with a gift, and the gift is this very cute robot called Sunny. Yeah, and that's just, and she hates robots, and she particularly hates this relentlessly upbeat robot that is her new companion. So it's going to pan out, I think, in a very, I've only seen episode 1, but it looks as if it's going to pan out in some very interesting ways. It's going to be a kind of mystery thriller element is going to come into it. Rashida, so I only really know her from The Office, the American version of The Office, where she played a love interest for John Krasinski's character Jim Halpern. And she's brilliant in this because she's quite spiky, but in a very funny way. But she's also really convincing in the dramatic elements as well. So yeah, I think this is a very unusual piece of work. And so far, well, it looks great, and I really like the pacing of it as well. And just each scene is something slightly weird and otherworldly about it, and just rather unusual. It's beautifully shot. We've said this before. Apple do come out with some really different stuff, and this is another example. So yeah, I very much like what I've seen so far. What did you think, Hannah?
Well, you're right. Apple do really come out with some different things, and there's no expense spared, and you can really tell that, and you say the kind of the way this has been shot, etc., etc. But sort of the underlying tone of this is I found quite creepy because, in some ways, the idea that you're bereaved, you're looking for comfort, something that's been set up, for you, I suppose, seems quite nice, doesn't it? But I have this, I think probably because we've watched so many things now, but these sort of robots are taking over our life, aren't they? And they almost think for us. And I don't know, it just feels like, we've got AI now, we've got all these other things going on, and suddenly we've got robots to take the place of humans. And I don't know, it's sort of a darker side to this, I felt, even though the robot is pretty cute and and all the rest of it. It just sort of felt like it had this sort of darker undertone throughout it, and also kind of like finding out all the secrets and all the kind of bits and pieces that you didn't necessarily want to know once someone has passed. I don't know. I thought it was a really interesting premise, and something, as you say, very, very different. But I did think at parts it was a little bit creepy.